What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is your girl Sis-Lo with another newsworthy update. This story comes out of right here in Detroit, Michigan, um, from the west side of the city. And this story is actually like very heartbreaking. This is one I'm not so proud to report on at all. And it's very unfortunate and very sad. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get right to the point. Um, this is about a 19-year-old young man who went on a random shooting spree on this last weekend, and it had the city. When I tell you, the city was like on high alert. A whole neighborhood went into lockdown. People were it was chaotic. People were traumatized. To wake up early in the morning only to find out that random bodies are being laid out around the city, and people are being shot with no apparent reason. And thank God for modern technology, which and Detroit has this uh, a system called the green light system. So each business that has this flashing green light outside of it is also equipped with real time cameras that are directly linked to the police precincts, and those businesses are paying, subscribing to this service to be monitored directly by the police stations in their area. And these monitors are recording real time what's going on around the store. So whenever a crime occurs, it's being videos taped, and the police are able to monitor this and able to act efficiently. They are able to go directly to the crime, and in a lot of cases, they are able to catch the crime and act, or they have good descriptions, license plates, cars, make and model, and oftentimes they are able to close in closely and get a description of the suspect. And what they used in this particular instance is they did a text blast to all of the citizens in that area, and alerted them that there was a random shooter to stay indoors, that this situation is being investigated. And so it kept a lot of it kept the shootings down, and it kept people from becoming the next victim of this perpetrator. So right now I am going to share a couple of stories from this situation, and we're gonna take a look at this, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, this comes by way of CBS News, and it says that a 19-year-old man is charged in the shooting spree that killed three people and injured a man and his dog in Detroit. Prosecutors charged Dontae Raymond Smith with 3 counts of first degree murder, 1 count of assault with intent to murder, 1 count of third degree animal cruelty, and 5 counts of felony firearm. He was arraigned Wednesday and remanded to jail. He also received a $1 million cash surety bond on the assault with the intent to murder, um, cruelty to animal charges. Authorities say that about 4:45 a.m. on August 28th, Smith allegedly shot 28-year-old Shane Lewis Lee multiple times in the 19,000 block, 19,800 block of Wyoming Street. Police found Lee's body in the doorway of a church. Wow. Nearly an hour later, at about 5:23 a.m., police responded to a shooting near Wyoming and Margarita Streets where they found a woman's body. Witnesses say they heard shots and saw a man with a slender build walking on Margarita. At about 6:53 a.m., a third victim, later identified as 43-year-old Laurie Briscoe, and she happens to be a friend of a friend, was also found in the 19700 block of Livernois, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. The police then responded to a shooting at about 7:08 a.m. on Pennington Street, where they found a fourth victim, 76-year-old John Pollock, and his dog. Authorities say that Pollock who was taken to the hospital for treatment, was shot in the leg, and his dog was shot in the foot. Both of them survived. Authorities say that police received a tip about Smith from a relative. Smith was arrested after a search warrant was executed in the 7300 blocks of Pembroke Avenue. The shootings were investigated by DPD, or Detroit Police Department, as well as the Michigan State Police, the FBI, and the Department of Homeland Security, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. It is not an overstatement to say that on Sunday morning, August 28th, was like out of a scene of a movie. This alleged defendant rained real terror on the citizens of Northwest Detroit. I'm sorry. Normal, everyday life was brought to a standstill as he moved east to his next victim. Thanks to continuous collaboration of law enforcement agencies, these deaths and injuries will be aggressively prosecuted by this office, Prosecutor Kim Worthy said in a statement. Okay, so now I just want to add that the first victim, um, who was thought to be the first victim, Mr. Shane Lewis Lee, God rest his soul. It said that after he shot him, he stood over him and continued to shoot once the man was down. And with the older gentleman, 76-year-old Mr. John Pollock, if it had not been for a neighbor, he would have continued to shoot Mr. Pollock, because once he shot him and he was down, he was standing over him and aiming to shoot him continuously, but a neighbor ran and got his firearm, and he distracted the perpetrator, which did in fact save Mr. Pollock's life. Oh my goodness, that's just awful. That's just terrible. That is just absolutely terrible. So at this point, um the young man is does have a $1 million cash surety bill, but there's no. I'm pretty sure there's absolutely no conditions. If he were to meet his bail, he has conditions, which is being GPS tethered and no contact with the victims, no holding a firearm, yada yada. But yeah, you can bring a mule to the water, but you can't make them drink, right? So here I am going to. This is a close up picture of the young man. And it is alleged that this young man has no prior criminal history, but it is also further alleged that he does have obviously some type of mental illness. So here's a story. Take a listen. You got to get rid of the ads. I hate ads. I'm sorry, guys. Can't avoid it. No, it's not you. It was me. I'm so sorry. I had my camera muted. I do apologize. I had it muted so that you guys can hear the story. I was saying that unfortunately, one of the victims was um not yet identified, and I'm hoping that her family is soon able to identify her so that they can deal with this traumatic situation. It was just overall just traumatic throughout the city, had the city in total chaos. Hey, bro, thanks for joining me. How you doing tonight?
Tired,
You ti-
sore.
Well, thank you for spending a couple of minutes with me. I won't keep you on here long. I just wanted to share with the public the situation that we encountered on this last Sunday morning. Before day Sunday morning, police caught a 19-year-old Dontae Ramon Smith, who is the alleged perpetrator of a random shooting spree that terrorized a the Bagley neighborhood of Northwest Detroit. Now, a lot of people that don't know about the Bagley area in Northwest Detroit, the Bagley area is actually somewhat of a historic area to the African American community. A lot of people that migrated to Michigan in the 50s and the 60s and whatnot came to work on the either the railroad or the automotive companies. And this is the area that a lot of them were able to be purchase homes and open and develop their own businesses. Um, one of the victims was killed on Livernois, and Livernois has been deemed the avenue of fashion, which is and where a lot of the African American community used to shop to buy clothes, and they owned their own businesses, carpet companies, cleaners, lumber companies, gas stations, um entertainment places, grocery stores. They were all black owned. And this is the neighborhood, and it's still a very well kept neighborhood. Some of those houses are still owned by the families who originally purchased them or family members. um it's a very, very prominent area for African Americans, and it's still a pretty nice, well kept area. And this is where these shootings occurred. So it's for that neighborhood, this is like quite a shock for something like that to happen. You there? Hello? You tapped out. You double tapped, I guess, because they muted you right back. There you go.
What did you say? I'm listening. You went
Oh,
in and out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was just talking about the area where this the shooting occurred. And one man, a young man, he shot down on the stairs of a church. The man was found in the church doorway. He shot the man on the church stairs and then stood over him and continued to shoot him while he was down. It was his intention to murder every person that he passed. And if he had not been stopped at the last victim, which was a 76-year-old man and his dog, if the neighbor had not come out and started shooting at the shooter, he probably would have continued to terrorize that neighborhood at 19 years old. And he has no criminal history. Now, it took a while before they would not release any information about him in the press at all until his arraignment on today. So we didn't even have a name for this young man. All we knew was that he was a young person with possible mental issues. That's it. So I don't know what is going on with our young people, bro, but these young people with mental illnesses, this is like the second or third 19-year-old in this summer in Detroit that was killing people. One killed a police officer, Officer Lauren Courts. He was killed as well by Officer Court's partner, but um yeah, he could have very well continued, and he shot someone else at another party. He did. He was accused of shooting at a party over here in my neighborhood now. So that's just crazy. I have no idea what's going on with these young people, but the violence is just not the way. And how are these people getting a hold of weapons, and who would want to be the responsible party to put a weapon, an assault rifle or a firearm of any type into the hands of a person that obviously has mental issues and has no good intention for that firearm? Why would somebody do something like that, bro? It's just crazy.
I'm listening.
It's
I'm
just
just soaking up with you. It's crazy shit. I don't know. It's mind-boggling myself. It's going on everywhere.
it's sad though. It's
Yeah,
sad.
it's going on
I'm gonna
everywhere.
share the picture again of this young man, and so that people can get an idea of what this kid looks like. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but, they gonna have to some things, gonna have to learn the hard way.
Unfortunately, this is the young
Yeah,
man. Look at this little
yeah. I'm
boy.
surprised that they didn't put him down. Whoever was,
And here's the thing, not only the Detroit police, but the state police, Homeland Security, and the FBI tracked this guy down. They were all there to arrest him. They were all there. So it's like
killing.
it. Yeah, they were all there to take him down. And I also have to admit that modern technology also helped with apprehending him, because what they did was they sent out a text blast throughout the neighborhood, um to they took out they sent out a text blast of his picture, and to let everybody in the neighborhood know that this shooter was in fact on the loose, and was a threat to the community. And that community was on lockdown most of Sunday morning until like right in it only took them a couple of hours to catch this guy though. And I commend all of the law enforcement that did catch him in such a quick amount of time. So now they're trying to make sure that the shot spotter is re-implemented, so that they will be able to use that as well, because that actually pinpoints the area right where shooting occurs, and the law enforcement is able to go directly to where. And then there are also cameras strategically placed throughout the areas, the different areas, so that they will be able to get video footage of the things that are going on. It's too bad though that we have to be watched like Big Brother, because individuals don't understand, or don't care about conducting themselves appropriately, because they decide they want to be criminals and kill, rob, and steal, and just It's just sad, bro. It's just really,
Yeah,
really
well,
sad.
society is pushing it like
Hmm.
that. It's unfortunately ending up like that because of the economics. People already have been hungry and starving, and now they losing while they're hungry and starving. Nobody wants to deal with that.
Right. But in this case, this young man is doing this not because he was hungry and starving, but it's because he was mentally ill. And it
Yeah,
was just something that he wanted to get up and do. He just wanted to get up, go out, and kill people.
he
And
just
that's
snapped.
unfortunate. Yeah. But who do we
He
blame
just
for that?
snapped.
We blame the fact that we do not have enough care or mental health care facilities, um, staff, funding, etc., to make sure that these people are not just triaged and put back on the street. And in many cases, that's exactly what happens. They're triaged, given a dose of something to stabilize them temporarily, and they are released back into general population to do things that they shouldn't do, or even in law in on the justice system side, on the penal system. They're put in there, they're apprehended, then they're given a bail or bond that they are able to make. They say that they agree with the conditions of the bill, and they get out and they go right back and finish whatever it is that they've started. If they have intentions on harming an individual, they go out, and not only this time they don't only harm the individual, but they take out a whole family, including their own, if they decide to. So there's more that has to be done about remanding these people in custody, not just allowing them to come in and get back out into, especially when it's such a violent crime. These things are these are violent crimes. Why would you release a person that tortured, beat and tortured an individual in a sadistic way, and allow them to go back into society, and just by giving you that their word, oh, I promise I won't be nobody anymore. I promise I won't shoot another individual. And they come right back out and they don't shoot another individual. They shoot several other individuals, or they stab, or and it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And it's only then that they are given a bond that says, or no bond, no bond. You don't have a bond. You don't have anything. You're gonna just, but it's only after they've gone right back out. And in some cases, there have been stories of other people that still got out
Mhm.
and kept doing what they were doing. And you hear this, oh, they should have never been released in the first place. It's just terrible, bro. But as the rest is yet to be seen, there's more. He has I believe September the 17th is his next hearing, and so we'll go and see what is going to happen. I'm pretty sure that they're going to ask for a psych evaluation because um the lawyer is did bring up the fact that he doesn't know whether or not the young man is competent, and the judge argued with him. He understood his rights. He understood that he if he needed an attorney, and if it this, that, and that, he understood everything. So, I think he understands well enough. But I'm sure that they're going to do an evaluation on him and determine whether or not he's competent to stand trial. And then, if that's the case, and he ends up getting a slap on the wrist for three charges of first degree murder, one in charge of murder with the intent. I mean, assault with the intent to commit murder, and a charge of cruelty to animals. And he gets out after going to the mental institution for a few years. And then what? Because as long as he's in that facility, he can trick anybody by taking a medication. But as soon as he comes out and he's no longer medicated and he's released on his own, what happens?
Mm.
The psychotic episodes continue, and here we lose a lot of other individuals. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I think they need to build a prison to accommodate psychotic individuals.
They
Period.
don't need no more prisons. They need a
Yeah,
treatment
I don't.
facility.
Yeah, they need to be in there. Even though they get treatment, they need to still be incarcerated. Because what you did was what you did. Period.
Well, you put them in. I mean, it's just it's really you really don't need no prison because I mean, shit. When you go, a lot of times when you checked into a lot of these mental hospitals or whatever, shit. I know back in the day, it wasn't just no checking in and then you can get out and check out. No, they locked your ass down.
Exactly.
You wasn't getting out until they saw that you was fit enough to be able to operate on your own. And that might have been a weekend pass or a family visit time once a week, or it could be a whole lot. But nowadays, no, they just they don't do nothing about it because it's really all free labor to them. So
Right.
they can care less. The more mental issues, the more killing that they can do, the more people they can harm, the more free labor.
I'm
Unfortunately,
hurt by it all, bro.
it's all about the bottom line, right?
Yeah, I'm just hurt by it all. Well, I'm grateful that you dropped in to join me for a minute, and as I promised, I'm not gonna hold you long.
I appreciate it.
I'm grateful to everybody that dropped in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and also support this channel. You can drop a little donation or gift at my cash app at dollar sign Sis-Lo. And I will be celebrating my birthday this coming Sunday, September the 4th. So, honey, this will be a good time to give your girl so I can get out of the house. You heard?
I know
All
that.
right, then. Thank you for tuning in, all my sugars. And remember, I love you on purpose, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Thank you for
All
dropping in.
right,
And
sis.
be easy, Breezy.
All right,
I
for
love.
sure. All right.
You gonna say goodbye, bro?
No, I'm good. Well, you said enough. It's all peace and love. It's Virgo season, so you know what time it is.
All right.
For
Later,
sure.
y'all.
All right. I'll catch up with you, sis.